Hello. No audio. Morning, Bryson. Morning, Paul. Morning, Brad. Morning, Jared. Morning, Eric. Morning, Shamrock. Long time no see. Hey, Essential. Hey, Taco. Hey, Chaz. Yeah, forgot to turn on the mic. It's my average, everyday stupidity. All right, let's ramp this. Oh yeah, the forge build for that one. Yeah, it's only a little baby video, that one, but it covers pretty much everything that's required for building it. It's pretty simple. We won't be using it today, mainly because I need a new jet for it first. It's a bit of a gas guzzler at the moment. And as the answer to my hair, Jared, is that I always promised myself that the moment that my bald spot at the top got to the point where it was completely devoid of hair, that I was just taking a lot off. So I did. It doesn't use meat tips, no. It's got a custom jet. The whole build's custom, so from Yamaco. But I have a new jet on the way. When I was using the old forge, I drilled it out to 1.5 millimeter jet to make that old giant piece of crap actually usable. Yeah, now that I've got a more improved fuel efficient forge body, I don't need the 1.5 millimeter jet anymore. So I've got a new jet, 0.8 mil jet coming. Should be here next week, early next week, and yeah, we'll be able to get on with it from there and use it. But yeah, it's mostly for hammers and stuff like that. I'm thinking I'm going to have to open the door up just a little bit more because the door is just a little bit too small. I honestly, I really never really liked taking care of hair at all, so it suits me just fine. It's much easier to take care of. At the moment, I've got like a 5 o'clock shadow going on. But the beard's not going anywhere. So today we have a bar of 1095 inch by quarter, 25 by 6, 1095. Yeah, I don't take care of my beard. You notice it's a friggin' mess. Morning, Sean. But yeah, so today I've been requested by my Forgecast co-host Alex from Valhalla Ironworks to make a blacksmith's knife using only hand tools, with a mind to how I would do it at a demonstration, say at a medieval fair or something like that. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put on some hearing protection. A skillet? Hell no. Unless you're meaning a skillet that has like a skull on it. In which case, yeah, cool, but yeah, don't have a skullet, whatever you do. How you going? Just gonna get better. I like your name. I like the channel name. So yeah, the last couple of weeks have been a stupidly busy time for me. I now have my new VFD for my grinder. There it is, blinking away. I've still got to program it a little bit more before I can run it, but oh, she likes it. Hey JK, your old man, thanks for checking in. Yeah, so the grinder lives. But yeah, fire ant lives. Just got to reprogram the rundown time because it's got the disc grinder attachment, and because I use a large contact wheel, the rundown time has to be over 10 seconds. So I've got to reprogram that because he programmed it for a standard fire ant. Hey Bobby, you're not that late, man. We've just fired up the forge. I was late. And congratulations to your son on the wedding. We have new dyes for Preston. Yeah, still waking up. We have new dyes for Preston. Hammer punch dyes. Very exciting. Yeah, that too. Yeah, lots of fun stuff. Oh, I've got to turn the gas off for the torch. I was using the torch yesterday and I forgot to turn the gas off. Because no matter how good your seal is, you're always going to have a tiny little bit of leakage. And oxygen ain't cheap. I swear I'll stop yawning in a minute. The real sound, indeed, Ben. How you going? Yeah. It does be that way, Shamrock. Hindsight's always 20/20. Oh, ouch. That sucks, Wayne. It's a little less easy to fix than a broken BFD. Hey, Ting Ting in the house. How you going, Ting? Haven't been able to make any of your streams recently. Hey, Casey. Don't be too hard on Ben. He already has to live with himself. There's no sense in kicking him while he's down. Morning, evening, Wiley. Fair enough, Ting. Alright, so I've done a bunch of knives at demos and stuff like that, and I normally tend to do Blacksmith knives at demos because they're one of the only knives you can make like in a very short period of time and have a finished knife at the end. Morning, Chris. How are we going? So of course, any blacksmith's knife starts with setting down the tang. With 6x25, I can normally set down about 3 inches of material to get my full handle, full 4.5 to 5 inch handle. So that's what we're going to do. Select roughly 3 inches and do a set down. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't warm up. Anthony would be very disappointed. Oh. It's very important to get those stretches in the morning. And if you haven't watched Alex's video on pre-forging warm-ups, then you should, because they're important. And they actually do work. They look stupid, but they work. Yeah, well, that's the trick, Casey. Is that you're not immediately forcing your muscles to do things that. Hey, how you going? I'm getting there, Jared. How you going, Tim? I have not made a Linray X-ray yet. Yeah, just a little off the top, Tim. Much cooler now. Morning, Mr. Wheeler. But yeah, doing those exercises definitely loosens up the muscles, and you don't feel yourself tiring out as much. I didn't change forges again. I actually replied to your comment, Paula, because you'll realize that forge ain't running, the post box is. A blacksmith can have multiple forges. Yeah, man. Yeah, we've got SPF 50, so welcome to Australia. Yeah, no. So I built the new forge because a postbox forge is good for a lot of things, but it's not good for stuff that doesn't have handles on it because it doesn't have a floor. So I needed a forge that had a floor so that I could make axes and hammers and stuff, and I want it to be slightly bigger than my normal post box so that I could actually get away with making multiple hammers at once. So, as usual, just creating a set down there to isolate the tang material. Yeah, pretty much tang. Thanks, Metal Man. That's true. Hello, Santosh. How you going? Just put Renaissance wax on it. Renaissance wax of everything. Well, I mean, we do spend most of our time right next to a very, very hot forge, so adding the heat of the sun isn't a good idea anyway. I do plan on making an X-ray at some point. X-ray Bowie. I mean, I could make an X-ray Hunter, but why think small? Getting that isolation sorted. So now we're basically 3/8 square in that junction there, which is what I want for about 1.5 inches, because that's where the twist is going to be. Having it square is easier than having it rectangular. Looks better too. How you going, Newt? That reminds me, I should do an official application of stickers. Of course, Drayson's Forge stickers, huge. Gotta find an appropriate spot for it. Not a roof space on that side. So we'll first go with Old Wolf. Yes, it's in an angle. I don't care. And Newt. There you go. There we go. Pride of place on Preston. How's that for alliteration? Now, where to put Drayson's? It's gonna fit. Yeah, it'll wrap around. Hopefully it doesn't get torn off by the dies, but we shall see. There we go. Stickers applied. Yeah, Adam sent them to me. Adam got them sent to me. It's like 1,000 foot-pounds, yeah. Where's my giant spring? It's over there. Hey Odin, how you going? I didn't throw the old forge out. The old forge is what we're currently using. But if you're talking about my old, the big old Bertha, that's because she was stupidly inefficient. Thanks, Randy. I haven't managed to run the new dies yet because I finished them on Thursday afternoon. I finished them, and then yesterday I had a class all day, so that no press worked then, and now I'm here. It's a Graham style from Atlas. No idea what that is. Fair enough. Fuel efficiency isn't a problem I've got anymore. It was just the old forge that was the problem. Both of these new forges should be pretty efficient now. Yes, the K-Wool is more efficient than Fibrix, unless you're using the K26 low density Fibrix. Cool. Yeah, but K-Wool, if you watched my forge design live stream, and if you haven't, it's still available on video on demand on my channel. I talk about efficiency and how you can guarantee the best. Three hours, that's terrible. Like, even when I was running my old one, I'd get about 6. With my little post box, I get 16 hours out of a 9 kilo bottle. So I'd say that your tuning is probably not great, or the body is very, very inefficient. That's a stupid amount of gas. record holding in the Fishing Forge. Hey, Oyster Cove, how you going? Bar Run, how are we? Keep poking the... Yeah, you might have your pressure too high. You also may have an oversized orifice. Oh, that's the light from the whirlybird going down and flickering on the table. Hey Logan, how we going? Nothing but hard fiber expanded by refractor. But yeah, that's pretty inefficient. That was about like mine, except mine didn't have a door. How's it going, Frank? TikTok lights. I'm making a blacksmith's knife. Is it an insult? No, it wasn't an insult. That was just a reference to the size of the hole in the jet in the burner. Morning, Daniel. How you going? Just checking, yeah. Oh, thanks, Logan. Thank you very much. See you later, Bryson. Thank you very much. I'll catch you then. Counting this on my pocket is not going well. So the anvil is mounted to a series of blocks of jarrah that have all been pinned and liquid nails together, pinned with rebar. There's 4 pieces of rebar in each block with 12mm holes. And then I've got an eye bolt and a swivel shackle, no, not a swivel shackle, turnbuckle, and then a piece of chain that wraps around from top to bottom on both sides. Both sides have turnbuckles, and then you just tighten the turnbuckles down as hard as you can. Five minutes is probably not the best for knife making. In a lot of cases, especially with like hidden tangs, you want that extra working time. And the slower setting the epoxy is, the stronger the hold is. Pretty much every master and journeyman smith that I've spoken to swears by Acra glass or by West Systems G-Flex. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, no, this is a pretty good setup. I like it. The main reason I like using longer setting epoxy is not so much the holding power, because realistically you should be creating mechanical bonds as well as chemical. But my big thing is that if I'm doing a glue up, especially on hidden tangs where I'm pressing that handle block onto the tang and wanting to meet it up with the guard and all that kind of stuff, if the epoxy starts setting as I clamp it, then what can happen is that it can set before you've got the full setup done, and that can lead to lots of swearing and breaking a very expensive piece of wood. Don't ask me how I know, because you should already know. I did a full stream on it. Quite long enough. I have to thin down this back section a bit more. Yeah, Acra glass is amazing. It's expensive as hell, but yes, I learned the hard way, that's correct. I haven't used Acra glass myself. All of my knife maker buddies, all the journeymen and stuff that I talk to, they use Acra or they use West Systems G-Flex. Like Kyle Royer absolutely loves West Systems G-Flex. I use 30mm Araldite, which is not the best, but it is what I have easy access to. Still a 30-minute epoxy, so Hey Techron, how you going? Hey Mule Kick. Don't you love it? Pets are fun. Last night, one of my chickens decided she wanted to do a suicidal leap into a blanket and then bounce off the blanket and land heavily on the concrete. Thought we were going to have chicken for dinner. So right now I'm shooting for approximately 11 inches, which should give me about a 4.5 inch, 4-inch handle. Got a good piece of steel that's already the thickness of a blade. Well, if it's already flat and it's already blade thickness, you could just stock remove it. It depends on what you want to make out of it. The forbidden trampoline. Yeah, I freaked out because I thought she'd broken an egg inside her, which is 9 times out of 10, it's a death sentence for a chicken. Fortunately, that was not the case. Yeah, if you're not familiar with forging blades, then I would do stock removal. That's correct. Yes, it was actually. Yeah, Jan is the noisiest chicken I have. She's also the most petulant. Yep, we're about there. Because I'm pretty sure my memory is correct. Could be wrong. So I'm just going to double check. Ah, I was wrong. It's the other side. Okay. A little bit to go. Always pays to double check your measurements. Hey Logan, thank you very much, man. Have a good night. Sounds like your act's fair enough. See you later, Bobby. Thank you very much, mate. Your stickers will be out on Monday. I got them in the mail. Everyone who won in the giveaway is getting their stuff sent out on Monday. Sorry for the delay, but I wanted to wait until I had the stickers in my hands before I mailed it all off. Yeah, measure once, cuss twice. That's correct. Jeb had been very, very, very patient, and I completely spaced on sending it off. I actually convinced myself that I'd sent your knife off on Monday, Jeb, if you're still here. And then I realized that I hadn't when I saw it on the shelf. Now, if I was doing this at a medieval reenactment demo, like I normally do, I would use smaller stock, and I would be making a smaller version of the Blacksmith's knife. But I just happen to have some inch by quarter 1095. Where can you buy STB stickers? On my Redbubble. It's linked in the description below. Now, it won't be immediately obvious, but if you look for the logo, and it'll say, like, you know, clear resin block or something. But if you go to buy more, see all items, you'll be able to see everything you can get that on. Yeah, no worries, Jeb. It's been shipped express, so it shouldn't take too long to get to you. Normally, it's you know, within the week, so you should have it by Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere abouts. But yeah, I apologize for the delay. This week has been very spacey. And not in the cool outside of Earth's atmosphere kind of spacey. See you later, Baron. Thank you very much. Hey, Roman. See you later, Byron. Have a good night. How you going, Floyd? As soon as I finish that hammer, eh? Yeah, well, now I've got the punch dies and the new forge. It won't take long for me to get back to making hammers. And I have enough die plate material now to make umpteen million dies. The next step in that process is going to be making a feather cutting die for making feather pattern Damascus. And then after that, I've got to make drifting dies to push drifts through hammers, because that's going to make my life a million times easier. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of fun. The Kevin kind of spacey. Kind of. Not really though. Nothing interesting in the description? Are you saying nothing in the description? There should be something in the description. The grinder is working, that's correct. Well, Sean, you know where to ask when you want one. Yeah, no, you won't see the description until the. Oh, it should be. It should be in the description of this. It's weird. I wonder why that is. This is when I need my moderators in chat to post links. Yeah, well, blacksmithing is one of the greatest forms of therapy for me. I mean, it doesn't deal with the problem, but it's a really good escape from the problems. Having an escape from hardship is not a bad thing, but it definitely isn't equitable to. It's not equitable to actual therapy. Yeah, that's the thing, Wayne. It's while you're in the forge, nothing else matters, but it doesn't solve the problem. It just means that you're not focused on it for the period of time you're in the forge. It's right there waiting for you when you come back out again. the little tail on it. And then we'll get to shaping the blade. Putting a lot more effort into this than I probably need to. Yeah, for the record, this is not how much effort I put into a demo piece normally. But I do plan on putting this one up on Etsy, so I've got to have a little bit of pride in it. Alright, let's work on the blade. Hey Ben, how you going? Strickland, that is. Thanks, mate. Hey Tonzo, how you going? Excellent. Hello to OKC, Mac. Yeah, I'm putting way more effort into this than I would normally put into a demo piece at a show. I'm also using a much bigger piece of material than I would use at a show. But that's okay, because this one's going on Etsy. Just gotta go see if I've got a rasp that's in decent condition. Got a little 4 in hand that still works. Gonna have to go get myself some more Farriers rasps from my friends. Okay, we're gonna narrow down the stock because it's way too big right now. Work. All right. Grab out the sorting tool. Going to provide the isolation for the blade. Yeah. Well, he wanted me to do it before my grinder got broken. There it is. Creating a nice angled transition from the handle stock to the blade stock, because you don't want the blade to be 6mm thick unless you're making a Bowie knife. But for a hunter, I want, 3mm maximum, about 1/8 of an inch maximum. Normally a bit less than that. And if you want a guillotine tool, you can purchase them from my Etsy store. I only have one left at the moment. All packaged up, ready to go. But yeah, they don't last long. I'll have to get a new order in soon. That'll do. The VFD blue. For my blacksmith's knife, I'm going to probably go to about 3mm, a little bit less than 1/8. A little bit less than 1/8 spine thickness. Goes. Put the bar aside. Now we can get to the important business of forging the blade. Hey Talon, how you going? Yeah, Red Bull's a bit weird. I'm thinking of changing up to like Teespring or something like that, but I don't know yet. Yeah, I need to develop a C-type guillotine for laser cutting because I want one myself. 3/16 is, yeah, it's like 4 mil, yeah. How much is they gonna run on ICD? They're $300. And they come with a set of 3 dies. Shipped to the US. It's a 6 kilogram package. I don't know. It's quite a lot. I haven't shipped one to the US yet. Hi, Jan. Get out of here. Fair enough, Casey. Hi, Tanzo. I did say hi earlier. Yeah, that's a shame. It'd be way more than that. It'd be about 115 Australian, I reckon, tech. Because hammers cost about 70-ish to ship to America. Oh, good. Apparently there's just a pool of borax at the bottom of my forge. Hey, Curtis, how you going? Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. Shipping is crazy. Yeah, fidget slime is made with borax, that's for sure. Engine turner knife. That's not too bad, actually, Randy, for all of that. Length going on there. A bit more central for you. This one is a diagonal pane hammer from Bob at B&B Forge. It is. It's a Bob hammer. That's correct. Bob was generous enough to make it for me. He has a video on his channel of making it, so if you're interested in seeing how it's made, go and check out B&B Forge. I am lucky enough to have a couple of knives from some very good makers over in the States. I also have this beautiful, charming Holo Forge straight pane that is probably one of the jewels of my collection. My plan is to collect hammers from anyone who I can. Unfortunately, I kind of have to rely on trade rather than buying them because I'm a self-employed blacksmith. Money doesn't exist. Yeah, double diagonals are cool. I've got a double diagonal from Jared. Unfortunately, the handle broke off. I've got to put a new handle on it. All good, Eric. How you going? I don't know when you disappeared, so I don't know what you missed. But we were talking about custom hammers and how I'm on a mission to collect them. I have a hammer from Seth Wood coming once he gets his workshop up and running in exchange for one of my hammers, which I must say is an honour to be trading hammers with one of the best hammer makers in Australia. Unfortunately, I don't have anything Jason Ellard wants, otherwise I'd have one of his hammers coming on the way as well. That boy is very talented. What is the advantage of diagonal peen? So, with a straight peen, for instance, in order to draw lengthways, I have to be putting my knuckles over the anvil to do that, or I can do this. If I want to draw widthways with a straight peen, I have to be in line with the stock, right? With a cross peen, similar issue. If I want to draw widthwise, it's easy. But if I want to draw lengthwise, I have to be in line with the stock. With a diagonal peen, if I want to draw lengthwise, I'm at my natural, kind of 45-degree intersection between the two. And then you have a diagonal that goes the other way, which keeps you in exactly the same position, but draws you widthways. It's just a comfortability thing. Too far. Loop. Argos. Customized Harbor Freight hammer. Fair enough. I'm still working on my Blacksmith family tree leaf. I just got a piece of material, a tool that I needed to work on it, so should be able to finish it in the next week or so. Okay, now I'm going to curve it to pre-curve for the bevels. Whew. All right, see you later, Randy. Have a good weekend, mate. Yeah, swollen joints are a pain. Hammer swap time. See you later, Ben. How's the thumb bone? It's slowly healing. Still a bit stiff. Jan. You know what happens if you try. She's thinking about it. Get out of it. There you go. Oh, you bitch. All right, fine. I'll catch you in a minute. Now, when you're going to be hand finishing knives, it helps to keep the finishes very clean. And get it very thin. Right, you lot, come on. No, come on. You know the deal. Come on. Oh. My chickens like to break out. Come on, Hyacinth. Jan. Really? Come on. Move it. Oi. This is Hyacinth. She's a dumbass, just like the rest of them. Come on. Come on. There you go. And when I mean thin, I mean basically heat treating thin. Eggs and pets. Eggs and pets, technically. Roman? Yeah, it's an Alex bracelet. It's a Valhalla Ironworks bracelet. All right, Paul. Thank you very much, mate. Chicken sandwiches. Yeah. Can't have sandwiches. Can't have bread. So roast chicken it is. I can do almost instant roast chicken. Just throw it in the forge. Hey, Zach, how you going? No, don't do that. For me, it's anything with carbohydrates in it. I'm on a ketogenic diet, so carbohydrates are the enemy. Basically forge it until you think the edge is thin enough, and then keep forging it until it's thinner. That's the rule. The moment you think it's thin enough, it's not thin enough. Get it thinner. It's going well. What happened to my hair? I decided to lop it off. That's what had happened. Last time I was on keto, I lost 37 kilos in a little over 6 months, without changing any of my lifestyle habits other than my diet. I don't recommend it for everyone. It's not easy. It can be a massive pain in the butt, but it works for me. What happens when you think it's too thin? Then you're probably thin enough. Yeah, no, I've been suffering from male pattern baldness for the last 3 years. It's been slowly growing at the center of my head. And so I basically ended up saying, well, if it gets to the point where I can't feel any hair there, then it's all gone. So that's what happened. It got to the stage where there was no hair there. So I was like, I'm not going to be Friar Tuck. I'd rather be Vin Diesel or The Rock. It's all right, Ben. It's not that bad. Shekorat's beard. What is that thing? Startup appeal. I have no idea what that is. Ugh. I used to get asked a lot back when I was in security what patch I was with. For the record, I have ridden a motorcycle 3 times, and my combined distance on a motorcycle is actually outmatched by the distance the motorcycles actually went. Me and motorbikes don't get along very well. Hey Jonas, how you going? So not a coffin cheater. No, definitely not a coffin cheater. We don't have coffin cheaters over here. Not anymore. We used to. Now it's just gypsy jokers, and the Hells Angels have moved in a little bit. We've got Rock Machine. There's no Comancheros on this side of Australia. They're all on the other side. Kwinana was the Rock Machine home base for a while, but then they got raided and they had submachine guns and stuff, so most of their boys went away for quite a while. More wacka wacka with the the tappa tappa. You miss bikey chat. Yeah, the coffin cheaters got shut down over here. They all moved east. In my hometown of Kalamunda, Lesmurdy, the Deros motorcycles are a big thing. And recently we've been having trouble with the Muslim Brotherhood. So they're not technically a motorcycle gang. They kind of are in the same circle. All right, Zach, thanks very much for checking in. It's pretty simple looking mallet. Oh, thank you, Thousand Hammer. What kind of camera do I film with? I film with my phone. My previous videos up until like a couple months ago were filmed with a Samsung S5. No, S7. It was an S7. And then I upgraded to the Samsung S20 Ultra, so that's what we're filming with right now. See you later, Metal Man. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so now we need to do some shaping on the blade with some rasps. We're going to do some hot rasping because it's the fastest way to remove metal by hand. Move the camera. We're going to use my engineer's vise rather than the leg vise because the engineer's vise is bigger. If any of you remember the Damascus straight razor stream, that's where the straight razor is sitting at the moment because grinder died before I could do any more. I haven't managed to run the new forge too much, but it runs perfectly because it's a pretty old design. Yeah, hot rasping is fairly simple, but it takes a little bit of work. You got to be relatively quick with it because you need the heat. That's the whole idea of hot rasping. So, and you need a rasp. Preferably a sharp one. This one is not sharp. You want to kind of hit it rather than, you know, stroking. You want to kind of ram into it and across, really trying to tear chunks out of it. It's a very aggressive method of material removal, and you can see it's quite effective. I'm going to round that tip down a little bit. It's better if you have a really sharp farrier's rasp, but unfortunately I used all of my sharp farrier's rasps to turn into knives. So now I'm stuck with what remains of my very, very old Wiltshire rasps. And when I say very old, I mean like these are from the 1800s. They still work though. Flipped over to the smooth side. Just smooth out that material. Doesn't matter if it bends. You're just removing material. You can see that the point is now nice and smooth rather than bumpy. Just a couple of light straightening taps on the anvil. Of course, because you're in the vise, you're going to lose heat pretty quick. So you got to move fast. Have a good one, Takaron. Have a good one. Can the teeth be sharpened? Pretty much no. Not at the moment, Floyd, no. I haven't found a decent way to get a box of stickers for relatively inexpensive. Oh, nice. Yeah, antler is great fun. I'll tell you what, anyone buys the Musso buoy, I'll send six stickers with it. Oh man, I really wish I had a sharp rasp. The cleaner you forge your profile and your bevels, the less rasping you have to do. Gonna switch out for a half round second cut file. The cheapy kendo from the dollar store. How much is the buoy? It's $1,000. Oh, awesome, Wayne. Thank you very much, dude. That's very much appreciated. So files can be used for hot filing, obviously, because it's hot filing, but they don't remove metal as fast as rasps do, and they can bog up a little if you're not careful. But they are a reliable way to remove material. Similar approach, you know, you're basically ramming the file into it. But now we've got a nice straight tip. I won't want to come back and just do this humped point a little bit more. And then we can do the bevels. And then you'll find out why I didn't twist the handle yet. It should be pretty evident by now why I didn't do that, but just in case. Well, I will send you a sticker with the hammer at least. I've seen those as well, Mr. Old Clunker. I'm not sure how long they would last, but yeah. Unfortunately, there is no way to reduce the smell. Do I heat treat the handle as well? No, I don't heat up the handle when I quench. Do it underwater. Yeah. You could, if you could find a grinder that would run underwater. You also have to worry about drying out the handle afterwards before applying any epoxy or anything, because that's a good way to ruin Now, if you're going to draw file, remember, tang in your left hand. File's only cut in one direction. The teeth are only oriented in one direction. So if you're going to cut with a file, tang needs to be in your left hand. If you're push cutting, tang in your right hand. Now, hot rasping does leave a burr, but that's easy to remove with a file. Go. Nice, clean blade profile. And now we'll file the bevels in. Now, normally with hot filing, the better, the more aggressive the tooth, the better. I'm one of those weirdos that kind of likes the smell of antler, so I don't see it as a problem. have like 8 stickers. So anything purchased from my Etsy store, the next 8 things purchased from my Etsy store will come with a sticker. How's that? I have a pineapple twisted blacksmith's knife made similar to this one, that's been sitting there for months. Jeb just recently bought the other one. So if you want a blacksmith's knife from me, there is one available. Rasp is getting blunter by the second. No, it's not really, it's just blunt. It's just dead. This is from the very early days of Nicholson wheelchair. Oh no, this isn't one of the wheelchairs. Kearney and Foot, made in Canada. There you go. Good old Canada. Alright, that's one bevel sorted. Now we'll do the other one. Well, it's just chainmail. It's a chainmail bracelet. No, unfortunately not, Jonas. You're about half the way there. Almost half. Are the wheels on fire and glowing green? No, they're anodized aluminium and the anodizing is green. Rasping, oh nice pairing. Well, yeah, I've got plenty of rasps that I could turn into things. That's what I have them for. I keep getting given them. But I kind of at the moment use mostly known steels. Now, this is like the slowest way to do this. Probably one of the fastest ways would be to use an angle grinder, because you can hot grind. Hot cutting with an angle grinder is a bad idea, using cutoff discs, but grinder wheels grind really well on hot material. So if you were doing a demo, say, where you had a battery-powered angle grinder, you could get away with hot grinding for, you know, sake of time if you needed to. Just one more pass on that other side and we'll be ready to heat treat. This is live. How you going, Corey? All right, Tonzo, see you later, mate. DML. Yeah, I just get given random rasps all the time. Half circuit. There you go. Fair enough, Roman. Giggity. Giggity, giggity. Giggity goo. All right. Now we'll just straighten the blade up and then we can twist the handle and bend the handle. See you later, Corey. Hey, I like hand sanding. Does that make me weird? Yes, it does, but you know, let's not talk about that. Alright. Straighten her out. Straighten up and fly right. Alright, and then we will twist. Let's twist again like we did last summer. See you, Ben. Lower left. Metal cups. Where? I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. Metal cups? Now you have a shanty playlist? Oh, there you go. Oh, the hammer rack. That. The tong rack. Yeah, that's what that is. Always start with the grit that you finish with on the grinder. That's the rule. One twist. That's right. Got a bit munted in the twisting, but that's all right. Oh, a little too far. Got to get some of that hot wood on wood action. Literally. There you go. Nice clean twist. Now let's do the handle. Yeah, it's a tongue rack. A leaf. A leaf is always a good start. Bought some longest johns, excellent. Why the wood on wood? As not to mash the twist, because if you hit it with steel, then you're going to deform it. So the wood base and the wood hammer mean that nothing gets mashed; it just gets bent. So it straightens. You can straighten things out without hurting the overall piece. Time to do some bending. Scrolling tongs. My hair got burnt off, indeed. Yeah, hooks are good. Then you're not making them right, Damascus. Red Dalek looking. Shot back. Yeah. Well, if you're making them right and they're still uncomfortable, you're not making them right. No worries, Jonas. Have fun. This is definitely not a striker light. No. This is why I love German pattern anvils, because they have square horns. That's why I need a German pattern anvil, because it has a square horn. Yeah, do a do either a pendant or a hook. Scroll tongs don't have to be made out of spring steel, but I do. I make mine all out of spring steel because they withstand the torsion better. Those lateral stresses will kill most tongs if they're not strong enough. So I like to make them a bit stronger than what is otherwise normal. It's always a bit of finagling making the handles properly. I would make a jig, but I keep making them different sizes, so it's really hard to make a jig for something that isn't uniform. So it's just a bit of back and forth until you find something that works. That works for me. Yep, that works. Pretty happy with that. Let's put a maker's mark in it and heat treat it. I don't like the blade to be too hot when I mark it. I'm gonna have to mark it again. Didn't quite get the mark right. Weren't quite sitting right. Let go. Like a fucking hell. Right, you bastard. That should do it. That did it. The N and the S is a little deep. It's okay. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, now I just need to straighten it up and heat treat it. At this stage, I like to keep my heats below critical or at critical, because that way I'm not enlarging the grain structure any further than I need to. So I'll keep it quite cool comparatively. Certainly not the time to be doing forging heats. You don't want to be forging at this stage, you want to be finishing at this stage, just bending. .4140 is fantastic for strong tongs. Quick hard blows, yes, you know, sort of, that's basically what you want. Yeah, guys, men and women can be friends. This is a thing. If you don't realize that, then I'm not sure what you're doing here. Okay, she's straight. Now we heat treat. I'm just going to heat it up to critical and let it cool down while I warm up the oil. I have plenty of free male friends. So do most of you guys, just because they're friends online. Kat Van Forge, Caitlin from Ouroboros Armory, to name a couple. Unless, of course, you guys are harboring some, you know, well-kept secrets in that department. See you later, Floyd. Forklift tines do make good steel for hammers, that's correct. Cool, we got cookies. Hey Hans, how you going, buddy? Thanks for checking in. They're only expensive if you marry them. Female friends are cheap. Hey Apocalypse, how you going? Yes, I am bald. Correct. Well spotted. Yes, Damascus, what is it? Explain baldness? Well, it's the situation in which someone has no hair. Fair enough, Eric. Hold on a minute. Casey, I said they're only expensive if you marry them. Female friends are cheap. Wives are not. While your wife should be your friend, she's a little bit more than just a friend. It's very easy and it is easy to maintain. That's one of the reasons why I am bald, Damascus. The other reason is that I was going bald naturally anyway. And so I decided to just speed up the process and get it over and done with. But yeah, mine too, Apocalypse. All right. Time to heat and quench. Yeah, for sure, wine. Fair enough, Roman. Took an arrow to the knee, yes. Yeah, I was in security for 10 years. 10 long goddamn years. Too long, basically. Alright, that should be hardened. We'll of course do the obligatory. Yep. It's good and hard. Oh, thanks, Sean. So yep, we've got the blade all hardened up. I'm going to throw it in the oven because basically I can, but you could temper this over the forge. Just scrub it off with a, oh bugger it, let's do it that way. Why talk about it when you can do it? Grinding disc. Grinding disc or a brick or, you know, anything that's harder than the material you're trying to scratch. You just want to scrape off all of that foil. And then we just want to wave it in front of the forge until it's tempered. Looking for a light straw to bronze. There we go. Nice light straw. Back into the oil. Doesn't take long with a nice thin blade. Wasn't the most even, and I can redo that a couple of times if I need to. I can use a blowtorch. All I need to do is scratch the oxides off. There was a little bit of purple starting on the edge there. Let's see if I can get the light on it. If I go this side, where is it? Come on, maybe this way. There we go. A little bit of purple coming into this edge here. That's not going to affect it too badly. There's a little bit cold here, but it's perfect in here. So I might re-temper this area. But for all intents and purposes, that is a usable knife, all finished by hand. And now all I'd need to do is take it to a stone. It's already about 1/2 millimeter thick at the edge. Very thin. Not as thin as you could get it with a grinder after heat treat, but thin enough for my purposes. And in keeping, normally I would take this to the electric wire wheel, but thing is, this is an all hand tools challenge. I'm going to do that after I turn off the stream. So I'm actually going to finish this one up properly. I will stone the edges to a sharp blade, and then I'll wire wheel the whole lot and put this up on my Instagram, on my Etsy. How much is that in bald eagles and freedoms? It's less than 4 thousandths, so 42 thousandths to the millimeter. This would be about 25, 26 thousandths. Like 11 per cheeseburger, I think. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so about 26, 27 thousandths at the edge. Yeah, anyway. So, that is a finished knife, and this will be up on my Etsy. If you buy this, you will be getting a sticker with it. That piece of metal up there, right there, is a piece of 52-100 sheet that had a whole bunch of chef's knives cut out for a friend of mine, and he had the offcut just sitting there, and I just said, what are you going to do with it? And he said, probably throw it away, and I said, I'll take it. So it's a piece of 52-100. I'm planning on cutting the sections, the big sections out of it, and using it in like sand mine and stuff like that. Not so much just decoration, but yeah. So it does have my maker's mark in it. It's a little shallow on the TOW, but the N and S are quite deep, so. But that's finished 100% by hand. Nice, clean profile. It's cool enough now that I can quench it in water so I can hold it. let go. It's pretty comfortable in the hand. Fits my grip quite nicely. I really do like these. They're a very practical design because there's no handle material to get ruined. Yeah, it's about 3 millimeters at the spine. It's got a distal taper down to about 1 millimeter at the tip. But yeah, there you go. Completely finished. And that took me 2 hours and 20 minutes. Now, if I was doing this for a demo, Alex asked me to do this as representation for a demo that you could do at a show. Realistically, 2 hours and 20 minutes isn't too bad for a demonstration. If you wanted to make it faster, obviously you just use smaller stock. This is quite a large knife. It's got a 5-inch, 4.5-inch, 5-inch blade. Let's have a look. Yeah, 4.5. Well, 4 and 5/8. 4 and 5/8 blade, and overall length of 9.5 inches from butt to tip. So it's a 4-inch handle, 5-inch handle. This will be 150, like most of my Blacksmith knives. This will be 150 Australian dollars. Given that it was hand finished and there is a few defects and stuff, I will ship this for free anywhere in the world. So there's a discount for anyone in the US of like $30 because it's not cheap shipping to the US. But yeah, so this will be up on my Etsy probably this afternoon, maybe tomorrow morning. Just keep an eye out for it. I will put up an Instagram post when it's ready. I'll put up an Instagram post today just showing the knife, but then I'll show a posting of the Etsy on my Facebook and Instagram when it's up. And if you want it, you can have it. There's also a Blacksmith knife that so US dollars are worth, I think at the moment we're buying 70 US cents per Australian dollar, so you're getting $1.30 Australian per US dollar. So 150 US, 75 cents. Cool, there you go. So yeah, you're getting $1.25 per Australian dollar, per US dollar, which means that for $150 you'd pay 125 US, thereabouts. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully it showed the process of making one of these by hand relatively quickly. So the bevel is basically flat ground. I'm not going to be able to get the camera to focus, but it's basically flat ground all the way to the edge, flat beveled. But most of the bevel's forged in, except for the very fine bevel here. I forged it to a millimeter thick, so 40 thousandths thick, so that it was ready to heat treat. If I was doing this with a grinder, I would have been able to just heat treat this straight out of the forge, and then go to the grinder and be able to grind it to finish, which is what I do a lot of the time. $1.40 per go. Okay, so yeah, about there. Anyway, you're getting a better deal. You're getting a better deal in the US than my Australian compatriots. No, well, they're more expensive technically, because I tend to put a little bit more effort into those. This one will be a little bit cheaper because it's got a couple of flaws. The blade is not perfectly centered. There's a little bit of a kink in it. The finishes actually aren't too bad, but it was filed to finish rather than ground, so it doesn't, yeah. Anyway, I also have a pineapple twisted one that I made a video of a while back that's up there, so if you want one of my Blacksmith knives, there is that one there, and that one is $150 plus shipping, and that one will come with a sticker as well if you want it. So yeah, just check out my Etsy. It's Samtown's Bladesmith, same as everything else, all of my other things. It should be in the description of this video after I upload it. After I upload the stream, it should be in the description. It should be in the description right now. I'm not sure why that's not a thing. But yeah, for whatever reason, yeah, just check out Samtown's Bladesmith on Etsy, or if you follow me on Instagram, you can hit the link in my bio, which will take you to Yes, I do want a hammer. I always want hammers. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you get out there and make some cool stuff just like this. And I will see you on hopefully Wednesday, maybe Friday with another video. I don't know what I'm making this week. I've been so flat out. And now I've got all of this stuff. I need to start catching up on orders. As some of you will know, we're taking a break from the Forgecast for a couple of weeks. We uploaded our episode yesterday announcing that we were taking some time off. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's been following the Forgecast, everyone who's been emailing in, everyone who's been listening to the playlist. It's been great hearing all your feedback. We're just trying to prioritize our work at the moment. So I will be still here. I'll also still be streaming on Twitch for doing my engraving and stuff like that. So if you want to catch more of my engraving work and want to see me more live, then check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/SamTownsBladesmith. And I'm live here every Saturday doing some forging. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to jump off. I'll see you later, guys.